Then kill sources adult before the awakening process is completed. Now we are left with Rhino as the only sources of this era. Then wait for Ultimacia to process Rhinoa. When Ultimacia arrives, it's Elon's turn. Elon will send Rhinoa back to the past with Ultimacia. Elon will have to send Rhinoa and Ultimacia inside another sources she knows in the past. Idea or Adele, that's up to Elon. Once Ultimacia is in the past, she'll use the time compression magic. We will see some influence here. I don't know what kind of influence, but once Elon feels it, she'll cut Rhino and Ultimacia off from the past. Rhino will come back to this world. Ultimacia also goes back to her own world. What would be left in is the time-compressed world. Past, present and future will all get mixed together. You will keep moving through the time compression toward the future. Once you are out of the time compression, that will be Ultimacia's world. It's all up to you after that. Jotenkin vähän niinku sekaavaa. So you were briefed about the mission. I don't really understand it either. Will you do it? I have questions. Where's Elon? What the heck has he done with his life? Don't you wonder? When Elon was about 2, there was a massive hunt for girls in Esta. Esta soldiers came to Windhill and Elle's parents resisted. They were killed on the spot. The massive hunt was to find the successor for Esta's ruler, Source's Adol. Elon was raised by Ryan, who lived next door, and I came to know her. Then there was another massive hunt for a successor in Esta again. Elle was taken away, even though I was there. It's the most painful episode of my life. So I rescued her and sent her off to Windhill. Shortly after that, Ryan died. Ryan on kuollut. And Elon was sent straight to an orphanage. Why didn't you go back to Windhill with her? I wanted to, but I had my reasons. I found out about this afterward, but the reason why Elon had to leave the orphanage was because of her special power. Dr. Odan wanted to do research on Elon's special power. He looked for her everywhere. The owner of the orphanage were Sid Kramer and his wife Idea. You know them better than I do. The Kramers took Elle out of the orphanage to protect her. They prepared a big ship to accommodate her. Gracious of them, huh? Yo. After a while, the ship turned into another orphanage, and Elle looked after all the kids. She said her life on the ship was a happy one, but who knows? I don't know how she could have been happy on a ship. She was on the ship for over 10 years. The ship was attacked by Calabria recently. As stars, she rescued them and she finally met up with me. It was pure luck that we found her. I was out in space at that time. Elon followed me out to space. Little Elle was all grown up. Then she told me everything. Did she get back safely from space? Our escape pod rescue team was a little late. Elon was taken into custody by Calabria. She's inside lunatic Pandora. We are gonna rescue her. Help us out, okay? Phew. No, ei vielä. Onneksi kuulla Rainista. Sano itsessä. No joo. What are you doing here? You know you know what I have been doing all my life, right? You were a silly Calabinian soldier. I didn't like your attitude at all. But I understood the bond between the three of you. Then you changed. After you went to Winhill. Then Elon was abducted by Estar and you went on a journey. A journey to get Elon back. You wrote articles and appeared in movies to get by. You were trying to find a way into Estar. You somehow got into Estar and rescued Elon. I get a lot of help along with the way. What I don't understand is, why are you the president? Wanna know? It's a long story. Tätä mä en lukea. Saatte paustella ja lukea ite jos haluatte. Mä ite luen se nopeasti päässä myöskin. Let's see it. Jaa, tää tulee tällä tavalla. Tän edelleenkään jaksa lukea. Jotain on vieläkin tommonen vanhus. Jellonen tommonen pikkutyttö. Tää jotain on jo tommonen vanhus. Oho, kello on 3. Itse asiassa 2:03. Mä aloitin tän pelin nauhoittamisen tossa... Olisiko se ollut 11:30? No, hyvän kokoinen setti tulee taas kerran. Ei oo nyt niin hirveän pitkä tarina. Siinähän se Adele on. Pitkä tyyppi kyllä. Onko se nyt sitten muija? Näyttää kyllä jätkeltä. Sulla on kyllä leveät hartit ja rintalihakset, että silleen, mutta se on siltikin mukaan niinku sorceress. No jaa. Friikki. Haa, ihan ovela. Siinä se on, siihen se jäi. Ainakin tähän asti. Far, far away. Se on niinku Ragnarokki. 3 semmoista. Olen vaan miettimättä, se on koko aikana syönyt yhtään mitään. Ja silti se on edelleen hengissä. Edelleen hengissä. And that about wraps the part up. But the real work began after that. Vielä jatkuu. Mä en tosiaankaan nyt jaksa vaan lukea. No niin, vihdoin. Ja en jaksa kunnolla rainassa sitä, mitä sille tapahtuu. You do it, yes. Alright. Let's go. We'll get aboard Ragnarok. Let's do the final briefing in there. I always wanted to write that thing. Plus the name sounds so cool. Hei, vaaditellaan parta. Kyllä blondi parata kaikille lisäksi. Alright. Everyone. From here we go straight to our final target, Ultimacia. Let's go over the plan again. First enter Lunatic Pandora and Terisco alone. Next you fight Sorcerer's Adel. It will be surprise attack, show no mercy. Now here comes the tricky part. Adel will need to pass on her powers before being defeated. Rino, will you be willing to accept them? Yes. Good. Next we wait for us Sorcerer's ultimate possess Rinoa. This will be hard on you, Rinoa, but will you do it? Yes. That's the spirit. Then Elon sends Rinoa and Ultimacy to the past. Elon brings back Rinoa. Then head to the future through compressed time. Ultimacy lives far in the future when none of us can technically exist. There's only one way to make yourself exist in a world like that. As friends, don't forget one another.